He's floating, is he?
Riveting. We're making huge progress in this course so far. We have our navigation now, we have our hero section from the first lesson, and in this lesson, we'll add our structure and content, and we'll use CSS Grid to create this logos section. So let's start with the structure. So we have our page, and in the navigator, sometimes things, especially as they're expanded, can get a little messy. It looks a little visually overwhelming at times. That's okay. Let's just collapse. And if we go to our add panel, we can grab a section. And for us, we're just going to drag it right at the bottom underneath our first section, underneath our hero section. And we already have a class for section. Remember, we styled this section. We added some padding before. Let's make sure we're applying the same thing to our new section. So we'll just click in the selector field, start typing, and we see section. Let's apply that. And you see the same 60 pixels was brought along with it. So what else do we have in our structure?
Container.
Well, container, that's absolutely right. Let's drag in a container, and that'll keep everything neatly bound in the section. So we have our section. Inside the section, we have our container. Now, there's one more piece to the puzzle, and that is a div block. Now, why a div block? Why aren't we using something like phosphorus? That would be the wrong element. But the reason we're using a div block is because in just a moment, we're going to turn it into a grid. We're using a div block to hold and wrap other elements. So with our div block, we're going to do something special. We're going to call this logo holder. So with our div block selected, we're just going to add logo holder. And that's it. That's our structure. Now we're ready for our content. So in this case, it's our logos. So let's go over to assets and let's see what we have. We have Avenue 5. Let's drag in Avenue 5. Let's certainly drag in SpaceX. Drag in United Federation of Planets. We have ESA. This is the European Space Administration. Is that right, Mark?
Agency.
European Space Agency. We have, what is this one? Space.com and NASA.
NASA.
What is NASA?
It's right here.
National Aeronautics and Space Administration. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Nailed it. All right, so with our logo holder selected, this is where we're going to use CSS Grid. So we showed Flexbox before. Flexbox, we turn that on, we know that we can align and justify content based on properties we set. We can use different options here, and you know what? That might work for us. We might get the look we want right out of the box like this. That's okay, that's a good thing. The problem is, when we go down, and we'll do this later when we get to responsiveness, but as the viewport narrows, we get to tablet, we get to mobile landscape. Notice how everything starts to overflow. Now, there are different things we can do in Flexbox that will solve for this, but we thought this was a good opportunity to demonstrate CSS Grid. So with our logo holder selected, we can just switch its display to grid. And just like that, there's a different interface that pops up. And we can see that it doesn't actually look that good right away, at least. And that's because by default, it's 2 columns and 2 rows. We don't need that layout. And you can even see it's auto-generating an extra row because there's 6 items here. So all we have to do is increase the number of columns.
And
let's
adding
go
more
to
columns.
Yeah, six columns. And we don't need that second row. So let's delete that second row. And if we escape out or if we just press done, we can see our layout. It's getting there. It's not perfect yet. And
let's center them a little bit more.
That's absolutely right. We can, just like Flexbox, we can align in our grid like this. And we can put it to the right. We want it in the middle. And this is going to set us up for success later because when we go into, let's say, mobile portrait, we can turn this into, instead of a 6 column by 1 row, we could set it to a 3 column by 2 row grid. So we're not going to do that now. We're getting to responsiveness later, but that is our logo holder. Now, is that everything?
No.
No, that's absolutely right. Why?
We do need something that is descriptive to what these logos are.
Couldn't agree more. Let's add a text block and let's put it above the logo holder and we'll say,
trusted by.
Trusted by. It's trusted by, can't type. By, colon. There we go. And if we want to, we can say trusted, and we can configure this. We could increase the size.
Let's do 20.
You want 20? Okay. But that's the basic implementation of CSS Grid. We added our structure, we configured our content, and we played around with our grid controls to get these logos looking however
exactly how it is right now.
That is exactly how it looks. So up next, we're going to use CSS Grid this time to create full-blown feature cards, and we'll do it in record time.
Hey, it's Grímur again. I just wanted to drop in and tell you you're doing such a good job. Just keep going. Honestly, that's all that matters. Just keep it up. Just wanted to pop in and say you're doing great.